Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Ronnie's up next in Denver, Colorado. Ronnie, you're on the Ramsey Show.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We're having a good time. What are you doing?
Nothing much, just hanging out. Just getting ready for my wife to get home from work and pick up my daughter and
nice.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
All right.
Thanks for making time for us.
Ronnie's chilling right now. What's going on? How can we help?
Yeah, so I just have a couple of questions. So my wife and I were currently, in a position where we're in a little bit of debt. It's nothing crazy. We're about $10,000 in credit card debt. Then I think we owe like $7,200 on her car. My car's paid off, which is a blessing. So I'm very thankful for that. And we have the money to easily pay it off. That's not the hard part. Just, I guess, me wanting to put $17,000 away out of the, $83,000 that we have in the bank. Aside for that,
you have $83,000 saved?
Yes, sir.
Why are you hanging on to this debt?
We're in the middle of our lease is going to be ending here in a couple months, and we're wanting to buy a house, but it's just extremely expensive out here in Denver, and I just don't really know what to do. And I want to make this money last, and I want to grow it. And
it's a good way to not make it last? Pay 22% APR to the credit card company, which is what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
What are we doing, man? Let's clean this up. There's a time and a place to be a homeowner, and you guys are so close. But we got to do things in order so that this is a blessing and not a burden.
Yeah. We have a really good family friend that's a realtor, and I was actually talking to him, last week, and I told him, I said, I can easily pay off his debt, dude. I said, what do you think I should do? I said, do you think that'll boost my my credit score in time? He said, it might hurt it, actually. I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, credit scores are one of the dumbest things on planet Earth. And it's true that sometimes if you pay off your debt, you'll have a temporary dip because they punish you for paying off debt because they want to keep you in debt. And so you have to play their game perfectly in order for your score to go up.
Okay.
It's as dumb as it sounds.
So what is the best advice for that is just pay?
Here's the advice. You have 83.
Okay.
You pay down, you take 17 out of that, pay off all your debts. That leaves you with 66. How much of that would you consider 3 to 6 months of expenses? 20 grand, 30 grand?
Well, our rent is about $3,000 a month where we're currently at right now.
Okay.
So that's about $9,000 for rent. We have a 1-year-old daughter.
I'm going to say 25. Okay. That's all in for all of your expenses for 3 to 6 months. All right?
Okay.
So 66 minus 25 now leaves you, I'm going to separate this money. So anything beyond the 25, put in a separate high-yield savings account. That's $41,000. That's now your down payment fund.
You said put it in a what?
In a high-yield savings account.
Okay.
And that's going to help this money at least grow for you a little bit at 4 or 5% with no risk, keeping it liquid. Don't invest this money. And then now you create a new down payment goal. You have no payments in the world. You have an emergency fund. Now's the time to be saving for the house. And so create that down payment goal. That might be 60 grand, 80 grand, 100 grand. You said you're in the Denver area. It's crazy expensive out there.
Yeah, it's, we're super close to our job. That's why my wife and I, we both live in the neighborhood, we live in an extremely, beautiful, one of the top neighborhoods out here in Denver, Colorado. But it's to the point where it definitely is pricey. But
so what's a house going to cost you? What's a reasonable house going to cost?
To purchase?
Yeah.
In this area, I'd say anywhere from $700,000 to $4 million.
I said reasonable.
That was a big jump.
Yeah, well, I forgot. I didn't hear the reasonable part.
So yeah, what would it look like for you guys to get a condo or a townhome that suits your needs for now?
I don't know if we want a condo or a townhome.
I don't care what you want, Ronnie. This is about reality. You can't afford $1 million home.
And then also reality is, wanting to possibly even look at, we've talked about moving and getting away from Denver just because of how crazy it is. I work in the education system and I see the schooling system and how rapidly downhill it's going, and I don't know if I want to put we don't know if we want to put our daughter in, that situation.
Ronnie, it feels like we've been talking about all the wrong things. It feels like this statement you just made is the one that we should be basing our decision on about housing, not how much in Denver we'd like or we want. It's, do we even want to be there? And it doesn't sound like you do. Am I right?
Yeah, not really. We have, I do and I don't. We have our family and stuff like that, and with our daughter being, one, we've definitely talked about moving out of state, but
she's one. She doesn't care. She doesn't even know where she is. She literally has no idea where she is.
What would it look like to move further outside of the city into an area with good schools?
Yeah,
that's still reasonably priced.
I can get down to Colorado Springs probably, or somewhere up north, but then I have to change my whole profession and something like that. And I'm extremely happy. I like what I do. I love what I do. And I started at my company 2 years ago at, the base job. And now I'm the program.
Well, if you love what you do, you love where you're at, then you have to look at other options for education. That might be homeschooling. It might be a private school. And so those are costs and factors we have to, but we can't have the cake and eat it too. We can't live in the Disneyland castle just because we want to. And we have to look at reality of what we can afford. And that might mean your down payment needs to be $300,000 if you want this $800,000 home.
Either way, I think, Ronnie, the theme here that you're struggling with, and I'm not criticizing you, I'm just trying to help you see, you're struggling with patience.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, listen, welcome to the party, man. Welcome to the human race. Okay? There are things that I'm dreaming about right now. I was just talking about it on the break with George. Guess what? I got to wait. Life's got to cycle out. I got expenses in certain areas. And you know what? It is what it is. It's worth waiting on. And I think you need a perspective change. We cannot, George nailed it. The cake and eat it too. I don't know if young people recognize that phrase. Look it up. It's great. You can't have it all at the same time. You just can't. And you're going to have to figure that out and be smart until we get there. Great advice, George.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.